Hello and welcome back to Tales of Lumin. Today we're talking about World of Warcraft and the Garrison Shipyard, so hope you have like a really stiff drink or something. Hope it's not too early in the morning, so that you can actually partake. Yes, to many that's how bad it is. I am not even joking. I said I was going to talk about it. I said it needed its own video. Here it is. Got some coffee to help calm my nerves. But honestly, in its current state, I don't hate it all that much anymore. When it was first implemented, yes, there was a lot of rage burning up inside. But now, it's a little better. And I know it's going to get even better because I know the plan with the shipyard. I know how it works. I know how Blizzard are doing things nowadays. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what is okay with the shipyard, what's not okay, what went wrong, and also the missed opportunities, because I feel there are many. I'll talk about a few of the bigger ones. I think that Blizzard could have made the shipyard a much more attractive feature. So, the tutorial segment, I'm gonna skip through that. Like, when you first get the shipyard, you need it to get to Tanaan Jungle to start the quest there. Apparently you could get to Tanaan without the shipyard, but then you can't actually do the quests there. Then you're just in like an empty jungle, which is okay and all, but it's kind of pointless, right? You'll probably be in a different phase from other people as well, so I don't know why you'd want to do that. So you need to get the shipyard. There's no boycotting the shipyard. Added to that, you need the shipyard to upgrade your ring to legendary. And after Blizzard announced that the ring can go all the way up to item level 795, there's an interesting system in place where you can upgrade it by 5 item levels with every boss you kill after you've got it legendary or something like that. After they announced that, then people sort of, again, just had to do it, because having any item at item level 795 is something you can't pass up on if you want to be competitive. I think even PvPers need that. I don't know if the legendary ring works in PvP, but if the item level, you know, is anything to go by, then it's pretty important. Okay, maybe not arena or whatever, but, you know, in the rest of PvP. So, after the little tutorial section, everything takes like a minute in the tutorial, you are just plonked into, and now I'm going to talk about its state back when it first came out, into missions that are 3 days long, 2 days long, 1 day long, nothing less than that. Everything was just super long. There was even a mission, get this, there was a mission that took 3 days, required 2 ships, was really difficult to do, and gave 100 gold. 100 gold for 3 full days. That's 3 times 24 hours, 3 full days. It's ridiculous, right? That's crazy. I don't know how something like that passed internal testing. The PTR, or any of it. Maybe no one tested it. I don't know. Okay, but that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. There was also one for 1,000 Apexis crystals, and that was 2 days long. Okay, I think the shortest ones there were like 8-hour missions, which were blockades, which you had to do to get to other missions. Now, this is how it was a little while ago. It's changed since then. It was terrible. It was something that no one wanted to even touch, but they had to touch it, because they had to get the legendary quest line done. So to do the legendary quest line, you need a list of specific ships, specific counters, specific things, and it took a bunch of time. So the legendary quest steps still take 2+ days each. That's okay, it's understandable. There's no rush because you still need items from Hellfire Citadel to actually progress in the quest, so there's no rush. I haven't even bothered trying to complete the entirety of the Garrison section of the legendary quest line because I'm still waiting for the items from Hellfire Citadel. The Tomes of Chaos, or whatever they're called. Now, I see on Reddit, it's the funniest thing, like, so many posts. Okay, most of them get downvoted, but they're like, goodbye shipyard, see you around shipyard, finally done with the worst feature I've ever came in contact with, and then it's a screenshot of the Dranic Sea chart, which is the legendary item you need to get from the shipyard through those missions. So people get it, and they're like, see you later shipyard, never touching you again. That's what Reddit was all about for the past week or so. Okay, people doing that. And, again, understandable. There is little to no benefit to actually doing the shipyard. You're just wasting garrison resources, and I'll get to that right now, because that's a huge no-no on Blizzard's part, the way they've set that up, but I know why they've done it. You'll hear about it in a second. But so people, like, they just did that quest line, got it out of the way, got their Dranic sea chart, and then they just never set foot in the shipyard again. That's understandable. Now, problems. At first it was just the time and, like, the difficulty of it. It's supposed to be, the idea was that the shipyard was meant to be a garrison follower system that you had to spend less time on. So you spend less time because the shipyard missions are so long, and you only have a total at level 3 shipyard of 10 ships. Now, when they first started the shipyard up, you got 5 ships. That's level 1. Level 2 was 7 ships. Now, these are noteworthy numbers because they're uneven, and all the missions require 2 ships. There are like odd missions here and there, unimportant training missions that require 1 ship, but I don't understand why they would give you, and this was another big like niggle that I had, why give you 5 if you can only then queue 2 missions with them? Then you always have that 1 ship just sitting around. It just sits there. It's useless. So Blizzard realized this, and then they changed the 7 from the Garrison Shipyard level 2 to 8. Now, upgrading it to 3, all that gives you is 2 extra spots for ships, which I suppose is fine. Whatever. And in the most recent hotfixes, they actually give you a command table in your town hall for your shipyard, because people whined. Why do you have to run all the way down to the shipyard? And you had to do this. Or you had to use a little compass that teleports you there that has a 4-hour cooldown. But why do you have to run all the way down there just to queue these shitty missions and then run all the way back to the rest of your garrison? It's like on its own down there. So Blizzard finally caved and said, okay, on level 3 you can get this. And level 3, let me just tell you, is not easy to get. You need to complete 25 treasure missions that hardly ever spawn. Once you've completed all the treasure missions on your Dranic sea chart, on your map, whatever, then it takes like a day or 2 for a new one to spawn. It's pretty terrible. Okay, it takes long, but you know, you got to do this. You do 25 of them, and you need 2,500 garrison resources, which is also a problem. I'll get to that now, to upgrade it to level 3. Now, to actually 100% missions, and you absolutely need to 100% missions, you need to switch around parts on the ship. So each ship has a crew. Now I'm just getting into the meat of the bad stuff, the rotten meat, if you will, here. Ships have crews. Let's focus on that for a second. The crews range from super bad to terrible to kind of bad to the good ones that you need. Okay, like, so there's no in between there. There's no okay ships, whatever. See, you need either a human crew or a Murloc crew. That's it. The Pandaran crews have been rendered useless because the missions have been reduced in time. Now most missions are between 8 hours and, say, 20 hours. Pandaran crew, what it does is it gives you a bonus to missions that are longer than a day. So Pandaran crew just does nothing anymore. Nothing. Human crews. Best crews. I have like... I have only human ships. I decommissioned all the others. I have like this human supremacy thing going on in my shipyard because they are just by far the best. It's unfortunate. I do have one Murloc sub or something, and that's okay, whatever. And I will get an Arakoa ship when I'm exalted with the Order of the Awakened later today. I only have human ships because they give a straight up bonus to completion. And you need that. If you want to beat expert captains, which is one of the counters on enemy missions and enemy ships, you need humans or other bonuses to the mission. Even if you counter everything, you still won't have enough if you don't have those humans on your ship. So it's pretty important. Okay, now, humans are useful. Murlocs are useful because they count as a transport in addition to the type of ship that they have. Okay, so it's like a battleship plus a transport, or a submarine plus a transport. So it's 2 different types of ships. That's pretty good. Okay, then everything else is just terrible. Completely and utterly useless. Night Elf, half the time of the missions. Who cares? That doesn't give you that bonus to completion. Tell you why you need the bonus to completion in just a second. dwarves, extra gold from missions. There are like literally no gold missions ever. You get one every week, maybe. Okay? Worgen, 50% extra experience. It takes about 3 missions to level a ship to epic. Pointless. Gnomes, you get spare parts. Or something. Maybe that's garrison resources and oil. I don't know. Useless. Useless. You don't want that. The Arakoa crew is really good. Okay? That counters 2 different things or something. It's good. The Arakoa one is good. Murlocs are good. Humans are good. That's it. So, now when you do these missions, you absolutely have to 100% them, because if you don't 100% them, you have a chance to lose your ship. So if you fail a mission, then there's a 50% chance for each ship to be destroyed completely. Then your ship just disappears. Gone. You lose it. You lose the experience you got on it. You lose the items you put on it. The counter items. It's gone. We actually had a guildmate who had a 90 or 92% mission fail, the legendary one, after waiting 3 days for it. It failed. He lost both his epic quality ships, and then he was just back to square one. Had to wait another day or 2 for the mission to respawn. Then he had to wait another 3 days to actually complete it. And that was only after he leveled a couple more ships to epic. So that's tough. That's so unforgiving in the worst possible way. Now, to actually 100% missions, you need to spend 500 garrison resources a pop on items that counter different abilities that your opposing ships have. So the enemies that you encounter, they have, let's say, I don't know, big cannons. So you need big shields to counter big cannons. That's not the names. Okay, so you have to buy an item for 500 resources that counters big cannons, that puts big shields on your ship. That's a really simplified way of saying it. For instance, there could be icy water, so you need to put ice cutters on your ship to counter that. You need to counter everything to get 100%. 500 garrison resources a pop, you have to keep swapping them around, else you're not going to get that 100%. Sure, a lot of people in our guild keep telling me, okay, well, that we risk it. We don't care. We go ahead and we queue the mission up, even if it's 85%, 90%, whatever. Take the chance. But if you take the chance, it fails, you lose both ships. What then? Oh my god, what then? Then you have to spend even more time with this feature. So, my thinking is, what Blizzard have done now is they made these counter items that you need to buy most of the time. Okay, they made them 500 garrison resources a pop, and they made the upgrades on the shipyard cost garrison resources as well, so that they can drain the infinite supplies of garrison resources that players have. Because everyone had maxed 10,000. They didn't spend it. There was nothing to spend it on. Once you had a good follower army, you didn't need to spend garrison resources on anything. So basically people had a lot stockpiled. Now what Blizzard are doing, and I'm fairly certain of this, okay, I'm fairly certain, is that they are letting people just spend all of it. Like me, for instance. I had 10,000, now I've got 500. I spent it all trying to complete missions, trying to get those 25 treasure missions done, trying to get those legendary quests done, whatever. Then, after people have spent everything, they're going to switch things around, okay, because oil was introduced in 6.2. Oil is the resource that you use to send ships out on missions. Powers your ships. Okay, and currently, I'm sitting on 13 or 14,000 oil, and I have nothing to use it on. There's literally nothing to use oil on. And you get it everywhere. It's the flavor of the month right now. You get it from rares in Tanan Jungle, you get it from quests, you get it from dailies, you get it from your follower missions, your garrisons. Oil is everywhere, and you use it for nothing. So, what's going to happen is, Blizzard are going to say, okay, we've given them enough time to use all the garrison resources. Now we're going to switch the cost of these counter items and pretty much everything shipyard related to oil. Drain the supplies. Get it out of there. Okay? That's what's going to happen. Everyone's going to be like, oh, there go my garrison. Like, oh, it's all gone, you know. Oh, and then they're going to switch it over to oil, and you had just wasted all your garrison resources. And then, I guess, after that, all will be well in the world again. But that's the plan. They haven't announced that. They haven't said anything about that yet. But that's what's going to happen. I'm pretty certain of it, because currently there's no use for oil. You can't spend it on anything like you can with garrison resources. With garrison resources right now, there's a vendor in your base that sells all sorts of stuff. Fun items, useful items, items that you can actually use that I I port from time to time. Now I can't because I need to save all my garrison resources. I have to scrounge together all these resources to try and actually 100% my shipyard missions. Oh god, it's bad. Oh man. So, they did patch the shipyard, as I said. They made the missions shorter. They tripled, quadrupled the rewards. No, even more. Like the 100 gold mission now gives 500 gold. It was times 5. It seems like everything. The 500 or 1000 Apexis mission, shipyard mission, now gives 2500. They just upped the rewards down the time, and that was that. Everyone was sort of happy because it was a huge improvement. It's still not great. Obviously, it still has a long way to go. And I do think that with the shipyard, as I said at the very start of the video, they missed a lot of opportunities. Okay, so right now, the only way to prevent your ships from dying is put in an item on them called unsinkable. Then you can queue missions that are not 100% without the fear of losing your ships. But if you put that item on your ship, then you can't counter everything. Then you lose one counter slot. So a ship has a crew slot, which you can't change. It's stuck. So you have to basically, and this is what most people did, you have to keep building ships. You build a ship, it's a Worgen crew, kill it. Kill the crew as well, whatever. Slaughter those Worgen, those dumb beasts that give extra experience. That's how everyone felt about this. Okay? Decommission the ship immediately. Whatever. Build a new one. Gnomes, get them out of here. Decommission. A new one. Dwarves, well, take their ale. Decommission. Done. Okay? Until you get human. Until you get Murloc. Until you get something useful. That's how people are running it right now. I understand that Blizzard wanted to make ships expendable, but then they should have truly made them expendable. Why, oh why, make us level them? Why make us change the counters on them and get attached to them? Why let us rename them? Go expendable or go invulnerable. Allow us to repair the ships. Oh, what? Yes. Instead of it being destroyed, it can be damaged. That's why that dry dock is in my naval shipyard. My garrison shipyard. That's why the dry dock's there. I can just pull the ship in there. Tink, tink, tink. Done. Fix that baby up good as new. Why not allow us to repair ships? You could have gone fully expendable. You could have allowed us to like just queue ships up the whole time, send them out, not care about them, or you could have gone the other way and actually given us an option to queue missions that are not 100%. So I feel like they chose the middle ground where they really shouldn't have. They should have committed to one side or the other. That's a big, big thing that I think could have changed and could have made everything much better. Okay, like really, it would have made a huge difference. I know that people would agree with me if they've spent a bit of time with a Garrison Shipyard. Like, now, most people are suspecting this as a test. Most people think that the shipyard is a test for things to come in the next expansion. Okay, and I'm going to talk about the next expansion in a different video and what I think might happen, but the ship models, the shipyard system, everything else going with it is probably going to be reused in some way, shape or form in the future. But like in this expansion already, and this is something again that I think they could use in the future, they could have done some other stuff. Okay, so imagine this. You send your ships out on a mission, then instead of a garrison invasion triggering, you have a ship event trigger. I don't know what they'd call it. Okay, you could call it a battle at sea. They say, hey, Commander, our ship is under attack and being boarded. Gather 2 to 5 party members, or go alone, doesn't matter, to assist your ship. Then, you got this little thing flashing there, you click on it, and then a little list of people pops up. Guildies and friends. Then you can click on them. Invite, 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 invite. People can just accept, or they can decline. Doesn't matter. If they accept, they get teleported to your shipyard with you. They go with you, they climb on a little boat there. It's not a, it's not a speedboat, okay. You row out to sea. Okay. You board your ship and you help it. Okay, so you fight against the party that's boarding it. And now imagine how cool this could have been if they had made it in the same way as the Grimrail Depot instance, where this train was moving. Imagine they had made it in the same way with like the waves splashing up on the side. Your ships are sailing side by side on the open ocean. That could have looked so good. And then you fight. You fight. By Jove, you fight. You kill the enemy boarding party. You take out their captain. Then maybe, just maybe, you can appropriate their ship. You can claim it as your own. Or you can just destroy it. But either way, you plunder it. Then you and your party members that you invited, you get the spoils. Get a little bag that could contain a mount. Maybe an aquatic mount. Maybe you get a bit of garrison resources, a chance at some rare items, some useful stuff. Just add some cosmetics or pets or mounts in there and people will be all over that. Don't make it as inaccessible as Garrison Invasions. Don't make it as long as Garrison Invasions. You know, they could have had a 3 to 5 minute encounter where you just have to slay some dudes on a ship, kill the captain, done. They could have an alternate scenario where, Captain, no one can hold their breath long enough. Someone needs to go down there and detach the Kraken from the hull of our ship. It's attacking us. Oh, fine. Fine. You, with me. Let's go. Take your party members with you. You go, swim underwater. You have to do this underwater battle. Same thing. Good rewards, nice stuff, makes it worth it. That could have been so good. So, they could have made everything so much more fun by just adding that. And, you know, quick play things, anything quick play, it goes down so well. Okay, I've played Heroes of the Storm, I've played Hearthstone. Quick play. People's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter nowadays. They want to be able to do things, and do things quick. That's what they should have done. Just imagine that. That's now just one small idea. Tiny. Now I'm hoping upon hope that they have something like this planned for the next expansion. But just imagine how cool that would have been. So you can just quickly invite some people, and it really should be quick. You can jump in there, kill some stuff, kill some dudes, whatever, maybe man a cannon, shoot some guys, and then when it's done you get some fun rewards, and that's that. Okay, if you want to limit it to once or twice a week, fine, limit it to once or twice a week, but make it easy, make it accessible. Don't force people to use the group finder to try and find extra people, and then on top of that, don't make it so that you need people with item level 700 because you want platinum rating on your ship encounter. Oh, don't. That's what I would like to have seen. That's just one idea off the top of my head. I could think of many more. Hire me, Blizzard. Hire me. Like, seriously. Okay, they could have made things so much more fun by just getting players involved. Right now, all we're doing with the shipyard is running down to a stupid little table with an anchor, queuing up a mission, and then 3 days later we're coming back, looking, you know, how cruel the gods were to us on that day. That's it. So, like, I really, and sure, I sound negative in this video. I do. I mean to. I really like the idea of the shipyard, but the implementation was lacking. They obviously got it all wrong on the first attempt, then they patched it quickly, and things were slightly better, but there are still so many missed opportunities. And the shipyard is beautiful. I haven't seen the Horde one all that much, but the Alliance one it's great looking. It's nice. It's a nice area. I wouldn't mind spending more time there. I wouldn't mind having more to do. And that said, again, could have been the same. Instead of having a crewmate or captain call you out to sea, you could have had something happen in your shipyard proper. But it must be quick. It must be something that people can just quickly do, get done, be rewarded for, and that's that. Would have been great. Okay, it honestly would have been pretty great. And, again, I actually suspect that Blizzard just didn't have enough time, didn't do enough testing on it, and perhaps now know better, and will do better in the next expansion. I trust, I believe, and I'm loving the game right now. I am actually getting to the point where I'll probably be done in Tanaan Jungle. I'm going to be exalted with everything today, And I probably don't have to do the dailies anymore. Unless I need more Pexus to get like some nice 695 gear or whatever. I will probably still be queuing up Garrison missions, the shipyard missions, whatever. I need to do the legendary questline missions finished. I'm still doing it, I'm still enjoying it, but it could have been so much more. Now I'd like to hear from you guys what your thoughts are on the shipyard, the missions themselves, what went right, what went wrong. I've given you some of my thoughts, and I think it could have worked. I do. So let me know what you think. Also, let me know what you think about what I think. Would my ideas have been okay? I mean, there are many more things that they could have done, sure. But if they had done any of them, it would have been good. I don't know. Okay, so I'm finished. Check back here soon for more. Give it a like, share it, and do all that good stuff. In the next video, I'm probably going to talk about expansion ideas and possibilities. Kind of keen for that. There's a lot going on. Like on Reddit, on the forum, stuff like that. People making predictions. It's fun stuff. But again, check back here soon for more. Give it a like, share it, and do all that good stuff. Most importantly, though, happy Garrison Shipyards. And patch 6.2 Fury of Hellfire. Happy that.